How was Dub?
Good.
Just good?
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
So much news.
Good news?
Yeah.
Exciting news?
Yeah.
But?
Too much news.
Yeah.
iOS alone.
Lots of iOS news.
So much.
The widgets were cool.
They're different sizes. You can put them on your home screen. You need to enable them to be included in the Smart Stack.
Cool.
Yeah, but so much to do. And you can hide home screens.
Nice.
And the users can find your app in the app library. Ah, I should create an app clip.
Maybe.
And a widget.
Slow down. Pace yourself. There's the iPad too.
Oh, the iPad. I need to support Scribble too. There's so much.
Breathe.
I have to implement widgets and app clips and Scribble and...
Shh.
And John Sundell has written a dozen articles already, and Ben Sherman has produced screencasts, and Paul Hudson has written 2 books in the last week.
Breathe.
We haven't even talked about watchOS.
What about it?
Shareable faces, new features in HealthKit, SwiftUI complications. David Smith is already building a new app. What?
Breathe.
And my iPhone app now runs on macOS, and not just macOS, but macOS 11, and it'll run on Macs using ARM.
Apple Silicon.
So many new things.
Yes, everything is shiny. You feel behind. I get it. I feel behind. Paul Hudson has written 2 books on the new stuff already. I'll never catch up. I'm okay with that. It's not a race. It's not a competition. I benefit from the books and tutorials that he writes. That new thing? Is it something your app needs? Will it help your users?
It looked great in the keynote.
Of course it did. Stop. Think. Think back to Dub's past. How many technologies did Apple introduce that they didn't use in their own apps? Their engineers would tweet about their apps that didn't use storyboards, while at the same time they told us to use storyboards. Apps that didn't use Swift, yet we were painfully transitioning from Swift 2 to Swift 3. Breathe. This is a big moment. SwiftUI and Swift are the future, but there were plenty of sessions on improvements to Objective-C and UIKit. SwiftUI needs UIKit. UIKit must improve for SwiftUI to improve. If you're still writing Objective-C and using UIKit, you're fine.
But you said SwiftUI and Swift are the future.
They are, and you should be moving in that direction. It's certainly time to be heading there, but SwiftUI is not complete yet. Just this week we got grids, lazy stacks, label, the state object, and more. Our tools improved. SwiftUI is not complete yet. In fact, Swift is not complete yet. Want to feel better?
Please.
In a tweet storm this week, Steve Sinofsky, former president of Microsoft's Windows division, said, "I want to take a moment to reflect on Dub in the context of the past 2 decades. This is the most remarkable product engineering over time in history. Why? Apple's fearless multi-year strategy, their clear unified planning and prioritization, and their wildly unprecedented execution."
What's your point?
Nowhere does he say that Apple's strength is jumping on the latest shiny thing. We saw a ton this week, things that will ship this fall and beyond. This year there are no breaking changes to SwiftUI or Combine.
So what?
On Monday that bothered me. Break it all right now if you have to.
Sounds good.
Except, if you're Apple and you want people to come to SwiftUI and Combine, even those people who have to support iOS 13 this fall, then you can't break these things in iOS 14. On Monday, many things bothered me. By Tuesday, I wanted to throw out everything I've written in the past 2 years and start over. By Wednesday, others had written deep posts about things I'm only beginning to understand.
How'd you feel?
I wanted to quit. I was overwhelmed. I felt behind. I felt old.
And then?
I remembered to breathe. I looked again, and I felt excited. I see nothing but possibilities. I have plenty of time.
That's easy for you to say.
No, it's not, but it's true. I have plenty of time, and so do you. You have the talent, you have the time, you are not in a competition.
But all the other developers.
No, you are not in a competition. You just think you are. Do wonderful things when you are ready. Take your time. Think different. Breathe.